WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. It's a beautiful Wednesday, 74 degrees, by the way, and it looks like just a nice next couple of days. I don't see any mention of rain in the forecast for a few days. Hey, Robin and I play music at a couple of different assisted living facilities in our community, and about 2 weeks ago or so, we got a call asking us if we'd come play for a birthday party at one of the facilities, and it was for a lady who was turning 100 years old.
Yes.
So we went, and so we're getting out of the car. We're walking in with our instruments, and I'm walking next to a lady, and I say, "Hello, how are you?" And she says, "Good." I said, "Are you here for the 100-year-old birthday party?" She goes, "Oh yes, that's a good friend of mine." And I said to her, and just for the sake of those who don't know, Robin and I are both 62 years old. So I say to the lady, "I wonder if we'll live to be 100." And I said, "Well, you're a different generation than us. You're much younger. Mm-hmm. So your generation might make it easy to 100. Maybe our generation, some will, some won't. Robin will, I won't, in other words." Anyway, she said to me, "What?" She said, "I'm old enough to be your mother." I said, come on, you're not old enough to be my mother." I am telling you no lies. She did not look it. I was not just being flattering. I was not just being, me, whatever that means. She was 75 years old. She told me herself. Robin looked at her. I looked at her. It's like, no way. I mean, she really did not look it. She really looked not 15 years older than us, but 15 years younger than us.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Are you related to the 100-year-old lady?" She says, "No, we go to the same church." And I said, "Well, I think we should all start going to that church." Obviously, the people in that church are living, because we met the 100-year-old lady after we went in, and she looked more like, I don't know, 80. She didn't look what I would imagine 100 to look like. So for what that's worth, maybe there's something scientific about it. Okay, This is where I find out this one part here. It says reverse aging. Those two words say a lot to me. Okay, Dr. Sara Gottfried is on the phone. I don't feel old. You know how I know when I'm old? Like when I'm with a 10-year-old, and they remind me that I'm old, then I know I'm old. Dr. Sara Gottfried is on the phone. She's a leading health expert. She teaches medical students at the University of California in San Francisco. She's a New York Times bestselling author. Her book is simply titled Younger, a breakthrough program to reset your genes, reverse aging, and turn back the clock 10 years, Robin.
Wonderful.
Let's see if we can get some information.
Marvelous.
Doctor, this is an interesting topic. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so good. Happy to be with you.
Are you in San Francisco?
I sure am.
That makes you younger, doesn't it? Just being in San Francisco, doesn't that make you younger?
I sometimes feel that way, yes.
You got up early to be with us. Thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. Happy to do it.
Yeah, I heard. Hopefully, you could hear the intro. We did meet, and I am not exaggerating. The 75-year-old lady really looked like she was at least no more than how do I put this? 50, 55 maybe. She really did. And if you're 20, 50 sounds old. But when you're 60, 50 doesn't sound so old, right? Or 40 something, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, it's genetic, I would think, but it sounds like you're saying it may not be.
When I went through my medical education, which was now 25 years ago, I was taught that you're stuck with the genes you have. That determines your risk of disease. It determines how fast you age. But it turns out that only 10% of your risk of disease is genetic. 90% is your lifestyle. So I think the 75-year-old woman that you met, she was doing the right things with her lifestyle.
Whoa. I got the book right now. That's you on the cover? Is that you?
That's me on the cover. I just turned 50 last week.
No. Oh,
wow.
Come on.
Wow.
No.
You're gorgeous.
You're kidding. Oh, see.
You're a model.
See, this is when you start listening to somebody.
Well, you're not going to look like her. What you're going to,
Yeah, but could I look like she would want to have something to do with me? Could I look like that?
Yeah, that's right. You could.
That's what I want to know.
Yes, you could.
All right, so what do you do? I mean, what are you telling us to do? I'm going to start today. What can I do?
Well, there's a 7-week protocol that I lay out, and the idea is that you want to address the factors that steal your youth. So those are things like the muscle factor, losing muscle as you get older.
Oh.
The brain factor, which is that your brain cells start to lose speed and flexibility as you get older. The hormone factor, the gut factor, the toxic fat factor. So I like to start with what you put in your mouth. So that means food and also flossing.
Flossing? Like teeth? The flossing your teeth?
Flossing your teeth and using an electric toothbrush 2 or 3 times a day has been shown to really change the bacteria in your mouth, and it helps to slow down aging.
Really? Well, I'm doing good in that department. Really? That helps me slow down aging?
It does. It changes the microbiome. It changes the DNA of the microbes in your mouth. So it definitely adds years to your health span, which is what we're after here. We want a period of time like that woman you met who's 75 and looks 50. We want to extend that. We want to extend the period of time where you feel like you're in your prime.
And she had great teeth, by the way. I mean,
I bet she did.
She really did. You did too. Look at you. All right. So wait a minute now. Does the toothpaste matter?
The toothpaste does matter. I prefer that you use an organic toothpaste that doesn't have toxins in it like fluoride. Fluoride's been shown to affect the brain negatively, so we don't want to have fluoride in the toothpaste. So yes, toothpaste matters.
Uh-oh.
But we were told that fluoride is a good thing, keeping the enamel strong.
So we were taught that. There's other ways to keep your enamel strong. Fluoride has been added to water, it's been added to toothpaste, and it turns out that it actually robs you of your IQ. We don't want that as you get older. You want your memory to be intact.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. So then I got to change toothpastes. I thought I was doing good until you told me that. Okay. Some of the things in the book, like, for example, you have a salad called Turn Back Time Salad. Does the name really reflect what the salad could do? The potential of the salad?
It definitely does. Eating dark leafy greens can add 7+ years to your health span. So we definitely want to be having dark leafy greens pretty much every day.
Okay. Now, one of the listeners brought us a package of pink Himalayan salt.
Yes.
And I have been using it, and I see it's on the list of things. What does that actually do for you?
So pink Himalayan salt is a really good source of different minerals, which we tend to get depleted in as we get older, especially after the age of 50. So I'm a big fan of making sure you get enough of pink Himalayan salt or other sea salt.
So do you have examples of people who've like before and after pictures? Do you have that?
We definitely do. So I have probably about 12 case studies in the book that are men and women from my practice, including my husband, who's my best guinea pig. And I'm a guinea pig as well. I got interested in this topic when I was 44. And I left the house. I did a simple blood test of something called my telomeres. And these are the little caps on your chromosomes that determine your biological aging as opposed to your chronological aging. And I failed the test. So at age 44, I had the telomeres of a 64-year-old woman. And that's not the kind of result that you want to get. So I took myself as a guinea pig. I went through and developed this 7-week protocol. And I just tested my telomeres again a few months ago. And now, at that time I was 49, I have the telomeres of a 52-year-old woman. So I closed the gap 17 years.
Really?
And it's very effective.
So the 7-week protocol, does that have to do with a cleansing?
It is a form of cleansing. So detoxification is a big part of this process because your detox pathways get worse as you get older. They get clogged up with coffee and pesticides and things like that. So the first week is what you put in your mouth. The second week is about sleep. Third week is about movement. And then week 5 is about exposures, toxins, and detoxification.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm guessing a lot of the lifestyle that America is famous for, fast food, etc. I'm guessing a lot of that is detrimental to us, right?
It definitely is. I mean, we know that our society is getting fatter. We're sitting too much, which makes you dumb and fat and can increase the risk of diabetes. There's certain medications that can increase Alzheimer's disease by up to 50%, like anti-anxiety pills. We get too many carbohydrates and refined sugar. We lose muscle. We lose sleep. All of those things are associated with aging at an accelerated clip. That's what we don't want.
When we have celebrities who look like they are not getting any older, I often wonder, does the surgical procedures that they go through, and I'm not even sure that they're all surgical, but the procedures they go through maybe make their face look younger, but what about what's going on inside? It sounds like what you're talking about does it from the inside out.
You're exactly right, because that's what I care about most. I want to know what's going on inside your cells. So telomeres are part of that process, and plastic surgery isn't going to help your telomeres.
Yeah, no, you'll look good, but your inside is going to still be old.
That's right. You don't feel good. And what I want is really to have an inside job where we're becoming younger from the inside out.
And that means that you talk about de-stressing as well, because that's super important.
De-stressing is so essential. And I used to kind of blow this off because I've had a fair amount of stress in my life, just going through medical training and working 120 hours a week and then having 2 kids, which frankly was even harder than my medical training. And I didn't realize the cost of it until I tested my telomeres. And probably the number one reason why I was aging 20 years faster was the stress. I just wasn't writing it. I wasn't dancing with it the way that I needed to be.
We are up against the break. Let's take that break. I want to learn more. I want to ask you about bicycling. I'm thinking about getting a bicycle, Robert.
Nice. That'd be fun.
I saw one at Walmart.
Cool.
I know all of our bicycle friends are going, Walmart? No, you got to get a $2,000 bicycle.
Great.
I'm going to start with an affordable one. Dr. Sara Gottfried is on the phone. By the way, if you have any questions, you're welcome to call. The book is called Younger, and we're going to find out how to stay young, or at least reverse it a little bit. Right? 10 years.
Yes.
I can handle 10 years. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. On this Wednesday, intervals of clouds and sun with a shower in spots, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior. The high 79 in the coast, 84 inland. Partly cloudy winds tonight, low 58 to 64. For Thursday and Friday, partly sunny skies with a shower in spots each day, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior. The high tomorrow, 79 at the coast, 85 inland. Friday's high, 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Do you have a gout-ridden toe or bowels that move too slow, creaky knees, or how about an asthmatic wheeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566. That's 352-615-5566.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Beautiful Moments Party Rental presents the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo 2017 on March 9th. This event has caterers, photographers, florists, musicians, plus food, fun, and more. Brides, bring your bridesmaids and friends alike. 100% of ticket sales goes to the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Network Foundation, and they're only $10 each. So mark your calendars for March 9th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. for the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo at Beautiful Moments Party Rentals, 3400 Southwest 60th Avenue. Questions, call 307-8180. That's 307-8180.
Here is a 30-second news brief from the source, WOCA. Marion County state representatives hope to bring tax dollars back to the county for a center to train healthcare professionals at CF and a veterans nursing facility in On Top of the World. A 2-year-old was shot in the stomach during a drive-by shooting in Tavares. A wrong-way driver on Florida's Turnpike died after hitting a semi head-on. And Lake County is using oyster shells to improve the state's water quality. And that is your 30-second news brief from the source.
All right, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. One of the challenges in doing a radio interview is that often the topic requires a lot more time than the radio interview, which is probably every single time we have an interview. In today's case, you're definitely going to need to look at the book. I was just looking through it during the break, and so I've already have more questions. Dr. Sara Gottfried is the author of the book. The book is called Younger. She looks beautiful on the cover of the book, and she's 50. And you would think, how old does she look? 20-something, right?
Yes, I would say. She's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh! Do you ever sneak into a bar or something, pretend you're 20?
I bet she gets carded all the time.
Do you ever do that?
I love to be carded.
When you're younger, yeah, I know you do the exact opposite. You want to look old, and now you want to look young. So some of the things that I flipped through look meditation or yoga related. Tell me about that. What does that do for us?
So meditation and yoga can really change the way that your body is stressed. So even if you don't feel stressed, there's ways that high cortisol, the main stress hormone, can accelerate the aging process. It's a wear and tear hormone. So we want to wrangle this hormone, not let it run the show. Meditation and yoga are a great way to calm that down. If that sounds horrible to you, you can't imagine sitting still, then I advise you to call a woman. It turns out that calling a woman can make a big difference in your health.
Really?
There you go.
Wait a minute.
Get out your black book.
Wait a minute. Back up a little bit. Okay. Wow, that's a great piece of advice. Okay, let me write that down. Call a woman. Okay. You mean on the phone or in down the hall?
Well, either way. And unfortunately, it doesn't work quite the same to call a man. This has been very well proven.
Why? What happened?
There you go.
Is there an explanation for this? Well, but I mean, you mean on the phone or out the window? I mean, how do I call somebody?
So connecting with a woman, so by phone, in person's actually better. What happens is the hormone oxytocin goes up, and this is the hormone of connection and bonding, and it's a counter hormone to cortisol. So women are much better at making oxytocin than men. In fact, if you look at hugging, if you hug a woman, her oxytocin spikes right away. If you hug a man, it takes 3 times as long for his oxytocin to go up. So you have to hug men longer, 3 times longer.
You hear that, Robin?
Yes, I do.
Gotta hug men longer.
Yes, I do.
So
3
right
times
now,
longer.
just talking to you, I'm getting younger. I feel it too.
You are getting younger, and then we're going to talk about bicycling, which is another amazing way.
I did say that, yeah.
So, my husband, as I mentioned, he's one of my guinea pigs. And when I developed this protocol, he took my health span quiz, and he was horrified by the results. It turns out that he was not aging well. He thought he was taking care of himself, but his health span score was in the 50s, which is out of 100. And so he picked up bicycling.
And what happened?
And he's dramatically changed his health span. So he picked it up because he went with a buddy and he did a race up a mountain. And unfortunately, he came in last. So he realized that he wasn't as fit as he thought he was, and so he really took on, which is week 3 of my protocol, the exercise portion. So you want to exercise moderately, not too little, not too much. Bicycling is a great example.
All right, page 172 says, lie on balls for 5 minutes. I do this probably...
Women take note.
Every night.
So humor is another great way to turn back the clock, for sure.
Oh, that's funny. That was a great response. Every radio geek is going to use that line, by the way. The book is called Younger. Sara Gottfried wrote the book. Well, okay, you've got all of our attention. How long ago did the book come out? I'm curious if you have any feedback from people yet.
So the book came out yesterday. So this book is hot off the press.
Not yet.
I did a book signing last night, and people love it because this is kind of a complicated scientific topic, and my mission is to make the complicated science as accessible as possible through stories and really engaging people and taking them by the hand so that this doesn't feel like some gigantic project.
The test that you referred to, that you and your husband took, can we do it? Is it in the book? How do we do the test?
Yes, so you can do a telomere test. It's a simple blood test, and it just tells you what's happening inside your cells in terms of the aging process. Now, another test you can do is blood sugar. That's usually a test that most doctors will do once a year. And what happens is that as you get older, your blood sugar goes up, and this is not a good thing. So by age 50, your blood sugar goes up by 10 points, and then another 10 points every 10 years. So Larry and Robin, blood sugar, you really want to pay attention to it, and you can address it with a couple of different things. The way that you eat, the way that you move or exercise, and also the way you think, kind of the stress factor.
Sometimes people go to extremes and they erase all fat from their diet. You talk about toxic fat, but your body has to have some kind of fat to keep all of your organs in sync.
That's right. I think that, the pendulum is finally swinging away from the low-fat diet. We don't want to go low-fat because it's not good for the body. Eating healthy fat does not make you fat. What makes you fat is actually too many carbohydrates. That's one of the problems that steals your youth. So, about 25% of your calories should come from protein, and then we want to make sure that you're getting healthy fat. So that's coconut oil and olive oil. We want lots of the healthy oils, avocados, olives, etc.
So you stay away from bread? Bread is a bad thing?
I stay away from bread because it creates a frat party in my body. I have an intolerance to gluten, and it causes all kinds of problems in my gut, and then it makes me inflamed, and I get eczema. So I don't want that. I stay away from the bread.
Okay.
So what do you think about vitamins and all those other supplements? Yeah, I'm not a big fan personally.
Well, I don't believe in supplements unless you need them, because that's when they're most impactful. But one of the things that we know is that if your vitamin D is low, and 80% of the U.S. population is low in vitamin D, that can accelerate the aging process. So you want your blood level of vitamin D to be between 60 and 90. That's been shown to help you with sleep and also to prevent Alzheimer's disease.
Wow.
All right, I have a copy of the book. Let me give the book away. If you are listening and you want the one that was sent to us, call me right now. I'll put your name on it, and it'll be waiting for you here at the studio. And again, we're at the Paddock Mall. Dr. Sara Gottfried is the author. And do you have a website, Doctor, that you can direct us to?
Yes, my website is saragottfriedmd.com. If you're interested in checking your health span, you could go to youngerquiz.com.
Let me give the book away. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
Good morning, Larry. This is Kathy.
Kathy, you've got it. Kathy's the one who gave the pink Himalayan salt. Yes,
that's right.
You're welcome. Coconut oil's next, buddy.
Coconut oil. And I'm doing some of these things already. I've been lying on my balls every night, so.
You should invite your friends.
I'm going to be young after a while. Thank you, Kathy. You got the book. It'll be waiting for you. Doctor, thank you for being on the air with us. So the book is on Amazon, I'm guessing, and all the places books are sold?
Exactly right. Yes.
By the way, San Francisco is on my bucket list. I've never been there. I have some friends who live there, and every time they post photographs, one of the ladies I went to school with posted photos the other day. She was bicycling with her husband on some remote road somewhere. What was it called again? It was just north of San Francisco. Near a wine place. And they went to a vending machine that sold eggs.
Yeah, that was cool.
Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of that. I love that she was growing younger. And so you definitely have to come visit and take a sauna with us.
Oh.
Take a sauna?
A sauna.
Really?
Sauna's been shown to reduce mortality by 40%, which is dramatic.
Well, what's really wonderful about your book is that you and your family are actually living your words, and that is a testament to you and how it's working out so well.
Well, thank you, Robin. I have to practice what I preach. I would be a fraud otherwise.
Exactly.
Even your hair looks young.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Her hair, even her hair. Nice dress, by the way. I like that dress. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for being on the air and for putting up with us. Go get the book Younger. That's what I need to recommend. Dr. Sara Gottfried, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. The House gets to work getting rid of the Affordable Care Act.
As President Trump said, this is his plan. No more excuses, no more fiddling around.